Namaste to all of you. Pradeep from Bali Yoga Ashram. Today we shall be talking about one of the breathing exercises, which is also called as pranayama, and this is our Kapalabhati pranayama. Generally, it is considered as cleansing exercise, one of the Shat karmas. But since it is the act of the body with breathing, so many people would also consider it as pranayama, although it is part of Shat karmas. So I would basically like you to understand the basic concept of how to practice this. So generally this practice is done with forceful exhalation, and the exhalation must come from the abdominal muscles, which are accessory muscles of exhalation, because without engagement of the core there can never be complete exhalation. You can try that. So if you take a deep breath in and keep your belly relaxed, do not push your navel inward and try to exhale, you'll end up not breathing out completely. But at the moment you suck your belly inward, you'll notice that you can breathe a little bit more out. So abdominal muscles are vital in order to perform complete exhalation, and Kapalabhati pranayama especially works upon removing the carbon dioxide from the body, which is excess in amount, and also create acidity into the body, and it allows the body to become alkaline. So this is very good exercise to bring balance into pH level into the body. So let me show you how to do it. So generally this is done with forcing exhalation. We do not inhale in this. The inhalation will be when the abdomen relaxes itself. The inhalation will occur spontaneously, passively, but the exhalation would be forceful, actively. So it is going to be like many people in the beginning, when they try to perform such movement, they can perform forceful exhalation, but sometimes the movement of the belly happens the other way around. Means they tend to push the belly out while they exhale, or sometimes they cannot make the proper strokes with the abdominal wall. So before you start practicing it so fast and so quick, I would suggest first just learn to perform the movement of the abdomen and try to relate that movement with exhalation. So for an example, if you have not developed the exhalation with force of the abdomen yet, so what I would suggest is first learn to just exhale forcefully, and then slowly what you try to suck the belly in while you exhale. So try to follow the exhalation by the abdominal force. So when you suck the belly in, exhale. So first, do not do it too quick. Do it very slow, but do it correctly. So what you do is push the navel in and exhale. Do it slow, do it long. And sometimes also do it without breathing, because abdominal movement does not have to happen with breathing. So you cannot breathe, just hold your breath for a while and push the belly in. So learn to control the abdominal movement with breathing and without breathing. And once you understand that how this exhalation is being followed by this stroke, then slowly you can start involving both of them and start doing this. One more thing which is very important, generally when the abdominal squeeze happens, the tendency of that force is to go downward. But Kapalabhati pranayama, since it is about exhalation, of course when you're breathing, the breath happens from the nose, it comes out, but there is a tendency of the force to travel downward. So in order to counter that, what we will do is we'll also gently try to suck the perineum up, so that the force can pull that energy or that air all the way upward, not downward at all. So gently sucking the perineum or sucking the anal outlet would be helpful, very gently, and then sucking the belly. And you'll realize that how that pushes the air completely out. So the air should be pushed like this. It should not be pushed like this. But of course there is only one way to come the air out. Sometimes it can happen the other way too, but our basic purpose would be push it upward. So I hope you got an idea what I meant by this. Practice it slowly and then gently start be being rhythmic with those strokes and try to perform as many as you can. This exercise should also not be practiced too often, because reducing a lot of amount of carbon dioxide can lead to alkalinity into the body, which can also be not so healthy, because there is always balance. There should always be balance between alkalinity and acidity into the body. So if you do this exercise too much, and you will remove a lot of acid from the body, so this will also lead you to crave the acidic food and acidifying food, and then again you'll become acidic in nature. So make sure you do not do it too often, but of course it's good to do it every day, around 100-200 strokes, which will be helpful. Namaste.